slaughterhouse, all right? Most normal people will not stand there and slit the throats of animals all day long. If you're decent, if you're a normal human being, you won't even do that. So you've got to find someone who's willing to go in there and do that, even though they're totally opposed to it, and do it because they know they're doing it in the best interest of the animals to stop the slitting of the throats. The number of people that are willing to do that is very small, especially when you have to add on to the fact that you're scared to death you're going to have the tar beaten out of you if you get caught, if they find your camera, and that you're going to get arrested and prosecuted, and they're going to try to throw you in jail if you're doing this, and you're going to go broke paying for the lawyers, because the animal group, you can't count on them to pay your legal bills. So you're risking everything.
We've got a problem with the investigation, the turkey investigation.
This is our new boy, right?
Yeah, we've got nothing. We have
what do you mean
log
we have
notes.
Nothing?
We have great log notes, but
we have no video footage?
Video.
What does he say?
He says, you know, the batteries weren't charged this day.
I beg your pardon?
One day. Yeah.
The boy either does the job or he gets out.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't have somebody in there who's just mucking about.
I know. Yeah.
He was told exactly what went into this job. It's not a picnic. It's not a walk in the park. He was told. Now, don't screw us over, because if he screws us over, he's screwing the birds over. We can't afford to just lollygag around with some young person who can't get their act together.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot depends on this. Maybe you've got to come down on him like a ton of bricks.
Today was the first day I wore the camera, but it didn't work. I had to take a couple of days off because my hands my right arm was asleep for like almost 24 hours straight. Been having camera difficulties, which is endlessly frustrating. I saw a guy rip a turkey's leg off today. I want to get that on tape, you know, and I don't. And I tell them about it, and they're like, "Why didn't you get it on tape?" My arm and my wrist and my hand hurt. I feel like I kind of let people back in the office down. I let myself down. I miss home, I miss friends and my family, and I'm tired of killing tons of animals and watching people abuse the hell out of them.
I would do it myself, so I know that it's doable. It's not a superhuman task, it's just a damn difficult task. It's a nasty, dirty, filthy task, and that it is soul-wracking if you care. It takes a part of your heart and it breaks it. I've done investigations, and I know how hideous it is for you forever. Those things will always stay with you. So you have to have enormous sympathy for the investigator. Once in a blue moon, an investigator won't do their job. They will shirk. They will make excuses. And then I have no sympathy for them. You're wasting our time and our money and our effort. And worse than anything is that you're letting the animals down. Get out.
Founder of the largest animal rights organization in the world, my guest is a fighter and no stranger to controversy. Joining me now is co-founder and president of PETA, Ingrid Newkirk, and welcome to the program.
Thanks for having me.
People have criticized some of your methods of going about persuading, and I've been witness, actually, to seeing paint thrown on fur coats. And Oscar de la Renta, who said that he was a supporter of PETA until he got a pie in the face.
Anybody who has received a pie hasn't received it because we're not doing our homework. For example, I just told the CEO of Procter & Gamble, we won't lob a pie at him anymore. But it caused him to pick up the phone and call me personally. No other tactic, sadly, has ever caused him to do that.
And dropping a dead fish on the editor of Vogue's lunch at the Four Seasons, is that a way to get attention also?
Oh yes, it got tons of attention. It was actually a raccoon.
The best.
Your
You're the
show is
best.
beautiful, but I'm not much of a judge of fashion, but I'm a judge of ethics.
I
And
know.
you're beautiful. Look at what you've
I'm doing
done.
what I can, the little bit that I can.
Yeah, you saw the mulesing footage, didn't
Yes,
you?
and we're not going to use wool for next season. We definitely won't use wool from Australia, that's for sure.
Lovely man. These are some sayings just to fortify you during
Okay.
the working day. If there's ever anything we can do for you, but you've done everything for the animals.
Yeah, we're gonna work with them on the next
All
show.
right, excellent.
Definitely.
Lovely. Thank you. We won't keep you.
Congrats,
Okay.
terrific show again. See you later.
Thanks a million.
Bye. See you later. Thanks. Bye.
How was Paris?
Wonderful, wonderful. We've got so many terrific opportunities here. Here's an option in the Yves Saint Laurent store. Now, these have windows that you can really easily get into. They have backdrops here, but you could easily move them away and take over the window.
It's practically tailor-made for a protest.
Now this is a great target, but they have said they'll meet with us, but they pushed the meeting back twice. It's Prada.
Oh, it's Prada.
store in Paris.
Mr. and Mrs. Prada. We know where their workshop is.
Yeah, the thing is that they have been back in touch, have agreed to meet. Even though they've changed the date, we have to kind of give them the benefit of the doubt.
Oh, wonderful.
Even though their store does have a lot of fur this
Tons
season.
of fur.
You can tell you like that one. You've
Well,
loved it.
it's kind of, it's Jean-Paul Gaultier's window. He has the ugliest store. He told us back in the 90s that he would only use fake fur, and then when the furriers pushed furs back and all that, he jumped on the bandwagon. He uses more fur than just about anybody. Now, he doesn't really even have window cases to worry about. He's just got this ugly store.
Basically, just step right into it.
Step in it and there it is. This looks very good.
Yeah, I think it's the best bet because he's
And
refused
he's
any
being
meetings. He's just,
A real fur pimp.
yeah.
Jean-Paul Gaultier is celebrating his 30th year of design, and unfortunately he's getting worse and worse. He's getting crueler. I think he's like a little boy who wants to show his mummy he can be extra cruel. I really do. So I believe we have to do something to up the stakes a bit. He's very fond of his boutique off the Champs-Élysées. He has 2 windows, and we want to take over those windows. What I'm worried about is the possibility that they've got some security rent-a-goon
They
person.
do. I was there when it was open before, and there's a guy who stands at the door, and the door's not locked. But it could be locked.
It could be easily locked. They'd be idiots if they didn't have a system to just lock it down quickly. And I think that makes it imperative that we're inside without the press and that we're inside looking normal.
Well, the 4 of us will be arriving completely separately than Eric and Michael and the whole media
Well,
mob.
I'm not sure that's what I want to do. I would like to go in first because there is an obscene skirt. And I thought maybe because they probably have an alarm at the counter, if I could get the people to come out from the counter and talk about the skirt as if we're interested, then that would give a chance for everybody else to come in. We'll look at the window and we'll see something and then we'll think of going in. So we'll just go in and hopefully we'll be let in. Bonjour.
But you guys aren't following as
It's
closely.
not too far behind, 30
No,
seconds
that's not-
tops.
You shouldn't be here now. Oh, yes, yes, yes. We need a little time inside. We need this sales attendant to come out and talk to us. We need everybody to think about
but
the
it's not going to be
customers
such
in
a
the store.
kerfuffle that they're going to want to not let other people in, right?
It's not going to be any kerfuffle.
Okay, cool.
I want
just
to.
ask questions.
I'm just
Okay.
going to ask them about this hideous skirt. So please, you've got to give me at least 3 or 4 minutes.
If word is leaked
maybe
out
even
that there
5.
is going to be a protest that's meeting in the vicinity and they've got
And you start
word
asking
and
about
you
fur
start
coats.
raising-
This is.
That's okay.
It's not, because they could lock the doors and the whole thing could be aborted.
No, it won't be like that.
I don't know if I'd. for
Yeah,
sake of
the thing is
story-
also, if you're engaging them about things that they don't want to hear about, and they don't want to hear about how that fur is made,
I'm
they
not
could just.
talking to them, Dan, about how the fur is made. Grow up. I'm going to be questioning them about the skirt. I would like to know some things about the skirt. That's normal.
What kind of things, though? It does worry me.
Don't worry. It'll be all right, Michael. Boys, you know, before you were born, I was doing animal rights protests. had to change our style because we're desperate to catch people's attention. I regret it. But if you switch on the nightly news, everything is reduced to the tiny soundbite. Everybody is obsessed with sex. They're obsessed with violence. I think the choice, which is very hard for us, is no attention or some attention. I think it's an act of desperation that we must use, or there will be silence and nobody will know there is an animal rights movement.
Back in the early 1990s, PETA had tried to meet with Calvin Klein at the time. He was a huge designer then, and he refused. And so eventually several PETA members actually took over his office, much like today's protest, except it was in his office. The following week, he called our president and said, "Okay, I heard your message, let's meet." And they set up a meeting, and that same season he banned fur from his collections.
So that kind of action, like, really
it has a history of working. Yeah, that has an impact, and we hope that Jean-Paul Gaultier makes the same decision.
Gaultier, bougez! Gaultier!
Ingrid just has this philosophy of this mantra. She feels that there's no such thing as bad press. She'll say that all the time. She'll say she's a media whore.
No les faltaba el típico pañuelo rojo anudado al cuello característico.
Today, I think the mission has become diffuse and really watered down by what I call the stupid human tricks. And that's where stupid things are done just for PR's sake. It's those stupid human tricks that have been backfiring and have been hurting the credibility of the organization.
Spectators got more than an eyeful during today's parade when some protesters decided to parade in their birthday suits.
PETA and McDonald's are facing off tonight over what PETA is calling the unhappy meal.
This is just not the way to get your point across. You don't attack children. My question was, do I have the right to hit them if they frighten my children?
The 7-foot carrot showed up at C.P. Squires Elementary School immediately surrounded by kids. A leaflet handed out by the carrot couple read, "Hamburgers are really cows who have been separated from their families and killed."
You guys like animals? Yeah. Do you want to eat them?
Rats have rights. Survive on veggies.
They attacked the TV show Survivor for allowing people to eat rats. They encouraged college kids to drink beer instead of milk. And now they have mocked New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani's battle with prostate cancer. These billboards in Wisconsin satirizing the Got Milk ads with the caption, "Got prostate cancer."
I'm considering suing them because I think what they're doing is outrageous. They're trying to exploit my illness. I think it would be outrageous if they tried to exploit anybody else's.
You know, everything that has turned you off about PETA has come